Simran, and I'm a freshman studying computer science and business at WashU.
Hey guys, my name is Sonali, and I'm studying cognitive neuroscience at WashU.
Go WashU!
So I'm here to convince you and tell you a little bit more about why WashU is the best school for you. So in terms of academic standards, obviously WashU is in the top 20 schools of the United States, and it's very prestigious. It is going to be academically rigorous, but there are a lot of resources present to help students transition from a high school environment to a college environment. Not only that, but there's a lot of collaboration that goes on in Washington University, not only between students but also faculty as well. For example, for the courses that I'm taking, in almost every course that I have a student group where we discuss homework, assignments, so it really not only helps you grow as a person intellectually, but also learn more about diverse views and opinions. So I feel like collaboration is one of the most important things to have while you're in a very academically rigorous environment. As I mentioned before, there are a lot of academic resources, such as we have student-led groups called PLTL and RPM, and there are a lot of extra office hours, TA office hours, that really help students out with any doubts that they have as well. So that's in terms of the course-wise description and academic-wise, but also WashU is very well connected to a lot of companies. The number of startups in St. Louis are definitely exponentially increasing, so that's a very good opportunity for freshmen or sophomores who want to experience a startup internship. So that sums up my academic life talk. Now I'm going to be talking more about the social life. So there are multiple clubs to get involved in. I am in 2 clubs. One of them is Society of Women Engineers, where I volunteer and tutor math. The other one is a math club where I am more involved of the finances and the business aspect of that club. So if you research online, there are definitely a lot of clubs available at WashU, not only academically, but also a lot of other clubs such as dance, which is a very big thing, such as WashU Chahat and WashU Ras are one of the big dance groups, and many others which you can definitely research about online. There are a lot of social events, and we have an organization on campus that holds a lot of events for students to engage with the community, but also kind of find time away from studying and academics to relax, find yourself, find who you are in college, and I feel like that's a very important aspect to have for any college. Not only that, but a mile or 2 from Washington University is a place called Del Mar Loop, where you have a lot of restaurants and shops, and that's also a very common place for students to go to and very popular among the nightlife. So that sums up my talk about the social life. Now I'm going to be talking about the Greek life. So WashU does definitely have a lot of great fraternities and sororities. There are many social Greek life organizations, but there are a lot of professional ones as well. So there's like a perfect balance of those two. I am currently involved in a professional and social sorority called AOE, which is more of a woman in engineering sorority. And it's really nice to have sororities which are a mix of both, because you can also not only relate to them as a friend and on a personal level, but also academically as well. And a lot of students who are taking business are also involved in a lot of professional fraternities, and this helps them connect to a lot of companies as well. So it really helps to be in a sorority or fraternity to build who you are as a person and your main goals in life. So I'm going to be talking now more about the broad aspect of the quality of life, such as the food in the dorms, and I know those are 2 very important aspects of being a college student, so I'm not exaggerating when I say the food in the dorms are definitely excellent. WashU has been ranked number 1 in the best college dorms and the top 3 for the best campus food. So the staff are also very, very polite, and they always want to have like a conversation with you, which really brightens up my day. And the food is great too. There are a lot of restaurants around in WashU, such as Subway. It is a medium-sized school, private, not too big or not too small. I feel like it's a perfect size to engage with the community that you're in and kind of get to know almost like everyone you see on a day-to-day basis that's in your class. Now I'm going to be talking a little bit about safety. So WashU campus is really safe. We actually have a police station which is right opposite to one of the dorms that I'm living in right now. And recently, before December break, WashU increased their safety measures, and they've really been improving and ensuring safety for students on campus as well. For example, they circulate once an hour around campus, and there are a lot of shuttles that go to and from like the dorms to campus and shuttles that go from dorms to the Delmar Loop. Police department really does ensure student safety, so there's nothing to worry about. But definitely WashU is in the city, so like safety is at your own risk, and it's just best to be smart about the decisions that you're making. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is a little bit about school spirit. Though WashU has recognized sports teams and they are widely competitive in aspects such as the Division III athletics, we aren't very inclined in terms of like sports spirit. There are multiple sports clubs to be involved in, but that's like another aspect. And they are competitive, but I wouldn't say it's like one of the top 3 things that matter in terms of choosing what college you want to go to. But yeah, definitely the aspects that I covered are really important in deciding what college you want to go to. And now my twin, who's studying pre-med at Washington University, will talk a little bit more about what her aspects are, so it'd be good to get multiple views about Washington University. I really hope you got a lot of information out of what I talked about today, and I really hope you choose Washington University as your school. Go Bears!
Hey guys, my name is Sonali. My twin sister just spoke a little bit about WashU, and I'm here to convince you that Washington University is the best university for you. I'm going to first delve deeper into why I chose WashU and what attracted me to it. Before joining, I heard a lot about its collaborative culture and that a lot of people work together and grow together rather than working against each other. And this was definitely true. Coming in like through the PLTL program, through the RPM program, or even just like meeting other people in general. They're all collaborating with each other and there's just no sense of competition. Now I'll go more into the pre-med life. So yes, it's a challenging road here at WashU, and the introductory STEM courses are definitely a bit difficult. Coming in, I had to take general chemistry, and that's just a common STEM course that you need to take and fulfill. And this was pretty hard because it focused on concepts that I had not done before, like physical chemistry, and a lot of times the exams required a different approach from what even I had learned in IB higher level chemistry. So that was a bit different, but adjusting to it was not a problem at all because of all the resources that were available. So I'll delve more into the resources. There's resources like the RPM program and the PLTL program. So I'll first go into what the PLTL program is. So PLTL stands for Peer-Led Team Learning. This drives on collaboration between your peers, and it builds on your existing knowledge that you and your peers have. So the special thing about PLTL is there's no final answer. You have to build on the existing knowledge and like whatever you and your peers know. So it's one person starts building the answer, and then you just go on and get to the final answer. And if you're just stuck, then you just have to keep thinking about other approaches you can use and eventually solve the problem. So this, in a way, helps you develop your critical thinking and problem-solving skills so you eventually can apply them in exam-like situations. Next, I'll go more into the RPM program. So RPM stands for Residential Peer Mentoring. And in this program, there are people called residential peer mentors. It's from its name, and you go into your residential college, and there are sessions weekly from 8 to 10, and you can go in and ask any sorts of questions, get your course content clarified, or just work on how you should improve your approach to future questions. And apart from the resources, there's so many that are available, so there are ample opportunities to help you out if you're struggling in a subject. Next, I'll go into the research. So we're closely affiliated with the Washington University Med School, and that's like about 5 minutes away by metro. So it's really accessible and it's really easy to get there. And for first year students, it's really easy to get research because there's so many mentors willing to take you in, and there are just so many opportunities. And it's really easy to start research because you just need to contact them, tell them about your interests, and you can get started the next day. It's not a lot of work at all. So personally for me, I was going to start the second semester, but unfortunately due to Corona, I have to start next fall, and I'll be joining a neuroscience lab and starting research over there. Next, I'm going to go into a little bit about the campus and dorm life. So obviously you know that WashU has the best dorms, and I think that's a really big advantage coming into university life and transitioning into university life, because you spend a lot of time in dorm. So you need to make sure that you have good dorm facilities, and because you spend a lot of time with your floor mates as well, and you build a strong community within your floor. So at WashU, there are music rooms, common rooms, and study rooms. So there's tons of facilities, and the quality of the facilities are great. Other than that, for campus life, Simran probably talked about this, but there's something called the Loop, which is nearby, and it's really accessible and it's really safe because there are shuttles that run to the Loop. And you can just take a shuttle, go there, spend your time with your friends, and it's really lively during the weekends, so that's another thing you can do. Other than that, there's something called Ursa's Nightlife, and they host events weekly where you can spend time with your friends, do art activities, you can even do painting activities, and it's a lot of fun. So that's just a little bit about the campus life. Other than that, thank you so much, Shyla, for giving me this opportunity to talk a little bit about WashU. If you have any further questions, feel free to ask her for my contact information, and I'd be more than willing to help you out with anything that you need. Thank you so much, and see ya. I hope you choose WashU.